Now, one of the things that SAMCEDA is very, very proud of is we don't just celebrate the future, but we honor and respect the past. And right now, I would like to bring up Scott Bohannon to present the David D. Bohannon Award of Excellence.
Okay. Thanks, Roseanne. I think I need some new Levi's based upon the recipients here. It's always a pleasure to present this award since it is named after my granddad, David D. Bohannon, and founder of the company that I've worked for over 30 years. Like my granddad, this winner understands that a deep commitment to the community is vital and necessary. The David D. Bohannon Award of Excellence is dedicated to the memory of David D. Bohannon, founder and past president of SAMCEDA. Each recipient has demonstrated significant leadership and success in building the local economy and contributing to the quality of life here in San Mateo County through community service and philanthropy. This year's award, of course, goes to LeClair. LeClair joined the San Mateo County Silicon Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau as president and CEO in 2000. Prior to that, she served as the vice president of the California Chamber, acting as liaison to major corporations in the state. Before joining the California Chamber, she served as president and CEO of the San Mateo County Chamber of Commerce. In the days before Ann moved to California, she worked in Washington, D.C. as a lobbyist for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and earlier as a political analyst and editor for General Motors. The automotive industry's loss was clearly our gain. Ann has served on various boards and in numerous capabilities for the California Travel Industry Association, the U.S. Chamber Institute for Organizational Management, and the Western Association of Chamber Executives. She is a graduate of Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service. Sorry about those Hoyas getting beat this weekend in the NCAA basketball tournament, Ann. And she is a certified association executive, certified designation management executive, and an accredited chamber executive. Ann is a past president and board member of the Rotary Club of San Mateo. She is married to former 49er quarterback Jim LeClair and has two grown children, Kevin and James. She is widely known for her wicked and fun sense of humor, and Ann's practical jokes keep her friends and family on their toes and all adversaries hiding in fear. I am pleased to present my granddad's award to our great friend and tireless worker, Ann LeClair.
No offense, you can tell the older people in the group, we show up with paper up here. I want to start by thanking Roseanne and the SAMCEDA board so much. This is such a special award and means so much. When Roseanne called to tell me, I have to say, I felt very embarrassed, and I still feel embarrassed. There are many people I consider so deserving of this award, far more deserving. I started to picture this room, and I thought, well, these are the people. So to make it a little easier on myself, I thought maybe we could all share in the award. I'd accept on your behalf, and it looks like we have about 365 people, so maybe everyone could borrow it one day in the coming year, and we'll share it. My husband, Jim, is not able to be here today, and he's so sorry about that. I have to thank him. He's put up with me for over 33 years. It's not easy when you're married to a high-energy type A person. He's a very patient and calm man. It's a little scary. Every year, the first thing on his Christmas list is dart gun. You know, that's not a good sign. I tell you, somehow I haven't bought it for him yet. Someone very special to me in the audience is my best friend of 30 years, Barbara Evers, in the back with the Boston Private Group. She has supported me through thick and thin. We've had many capers. We're kind of like Lucy and Ethel, except we're about a foot different in height. There's about a foot difference, and I've so appreciated that, Barbara, so much. My work husband, as I refer to her, anyone who knows the show Everybody Loves Raymond, there was a whole episode on that, is Gina Allhands. And I cannot say enough great things about her. We've worked together one place or another for 23 years. And, you know, I love her like a daughter, but as I remind her constantly, I'm not old enough to be her mother, so let's just get that straight. I want to mention two other people here today. Carol Self from the Bureau, my right arm, 14 years she's been putting up with me, and Yolanda Bonilla, another old friend of 15 years. We have a hardworking team. And I want to acknowledge my board members. I am extremely fortunate to have a board that thinks big and says yes all the time, so that doesn't get any better than that. Also, I noticed today someone I hadn't seen in over 15 years, an old friend, Bob Linscheid, who's running the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce. Why don't you raise your hand, Bob? Bob. I just want to see him squirm. We've played many practical jokes on each other over the years that involve jumbotrons and everything else, so I just wanted to worry you a little bit by acknowledging you. You know, when you look at the list of past winners, I'm really in awe of these people. And last year was Bob Webster. If you don't know this man, in my opinion, I don't want to look at him or I'll cry, he walks on water. If you've ever worked with him, he is just the best. So to be in his company, people like T. Jack Foster, I mean, T. Jack Foster is an institution, so kudos to all of them. The amazing thing is I'm old enough to have met David D. Bohannon years ago. I was just a kid, not really, in my 20s. And I was struck by so many things about Mr. Bohannon, his vision. The man had such vision before anyone else did for this area, for San Mateo County. His integrity. His word was his bond. If he said something, that's the way it was. He was never behind the scenes, always above board. And what a generous man. And those traits have continued throughout the Bohannon generations. Frances Nelson, when she was alive, the Bohannons today, the whole Bohannon team, because they are a family. I defy anyone in this room to think of a time you've gone to the Bohannons for anything that they haven't found a way to say yes. I mean, they're incredibly generous, and it's just so great of them. And kind of modeling, actually, after David D. Bohannon, when our children were growing up, I always told them, you know, think big and make it happen. There are going to be problems, there will be obstacles, but you can do it. And you're going to find people who are negative, but it's easy to say no, and it's tougher to say yes, and it's tougher to get to yes, so find a way to say yes to people. Now, when our daughter was a teenager, I played down the say yes to people all the time point, but overall, I told them work to get to yes. So back to Mr. Bohannon. He understood that San Mateo County is paradise, and our team at the Bureau has the fantastic job of being able to sell paradise. We are so fortunate to be here and so lucky. He also understood the importance of pulling together, not apart. It's tough in our county. We have a lot of cities, but we're a strong entity as a county. SAMCEDA works on this every day. And I'm singing to the choir. The people here are the ones who get that. They understand we need to pull together. Oftentimes, we've heard in this forum and others, San Mateo County has no brand. Has anyone ever heard that? I thought about that for years. And to me, I think our brand is beauty and brains. We have incredible scenic beauty. We see it every day. We have the beauty of our diverse population, and we have the brains. Look at the winners here today. Look at our medical people, the biotech people. We have it all. We have beauty and brains, and people would kill to live here and open a business here. I think we should all take a page out of Mr. Bohannon's book and have pride in place, and it was ironic that Roseanne brought up the same thing today. We're not just a stop between San Francisco and San Jose. We are the best place in the world, and companies like this are headquartered here for that very reason. So being a part of SAMCEDA's efforts is an excellent start. And I have a little tip for you also. I think another step you can all take, some of you have heard me say this at the Progress Seminar. Think about when you're traveling, you're out of town and someone says, "Where are you from anyway?" What do we say? Who said? Someone gave the right answer. Most people say, yeah, thank you, Greg. Most people, unfortunately, say San Francisco. No offense, Bob. But if we all start saying San Mateo County will create the identity that we need to create, and will help to show our pride in where we live and do our work. So I thank you so much for this honor. It's such a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to all of you who are sharing in it today. Thank you.
Okay, some of you might be wondering why I'm holding a pink flamingo, because Arnie Croce could not be here today. Arnie is head of Peninsula Family Service Agency, former city manager in the city of San Mateo. He asked me if I'd be willing to indulge their sense of humor. Ann and Arnie, obviously in the San Mateo Rotary, have something going on with pink flamingos, so hence the pink flamingo.
I won't share this one, unfortunately. This is too special. We not only have Arnie and I passed pink flamingos back and forth on each other's lawns, but we welcomed a new city manager who shall remain nameless one day by decorating the entire city hall lawn with a set of pink flamingos. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you.